It's a little over an inch longer. We wanted to keep the size roughly the same as the previous car. That's because of this reason people are coming into it. It's not a large SUV, but it's still really roomy, very safe, high seating position, all things you want from a crossover. And we've also designed this car to handle the small offset crash tests that are now required. That puts us into a IHS Top Safety Plus category where we can meet that. Obviously, as with all Subarus, it meets the roof crush test with no problem. The standard there is 3 times the body weight of the car. This is 4 times. It'll handle 4 times its own weight. But I guess the big news is the new CVT, the fuel economy. This thing gets 32 miles per gallon on the highway, which is incredible for this size car. We've also made a lot of improvements to the interior. It's a much more comfortable, more refined interior. Get a little bit more rear seat leg room, a little more cargo volumes up like 12%. A lot of improvements. Once again, a lot of the focus to be usable. So it's a very user-friendly car. And what you'll notice on our product is how slim this design is. If you look at a lot of other cars, it takes up a huge amount of room. We've actually mounted a very small motor, a very thin assist here, so it actually is very usable. This is height adjustable, depending on how big your garage is. The other thing we always show is how wide this cargo room is. I use a slimmer, high-strength steel. That also have wider openings. So when you're looking at cargo capacity numbers, those are just numbers, unless you can actually fit something in. So with this really wide aperture, you can actually put in very large objects. I mean, it's much simpler to use. You've got little tie downs built in here, and of course, cargo space hidden under here. Another thing we have on this one is a touring model, which has something called X mode. And X mode is just it's almost an assist system on top of our regular all-wheel drive. So we really believe we have the best all-wheel drive in the industry. But let's say you're driving along and you're in a really slippery area, a lot of ice and slush. You can just turn on, and if it's slow going and you need to climb a hill or something, you just push the button for X mode, and X mode basically will take over everything. You'll still use your throttle, but it'll use a yaw sensor. It uses the VDC system, it uses the ABS system, and it basically takes over the transmission and engine. You have the right amount of power so you don't slip and slide. It also incorporates hill descent. If you're going down a steep hill, just push X mode, take your feet off the pedals, it'll drive itself down the hill using the perfect amount of throttle. Aha is an app you download to your phone, and it works off voice commands. It's very similar to Pandora in terms of music, but it's also got different search engines on it. So you can just say restaurants, and it'll pull up a list. And what's neat about it is it runs through your phone, but it appears up on the Navi screen. So, and you can control it through the Navi screen. You can touch it.
Free from hate, think of the future that we could create.